Bonjour everyone. Today we'll be starting with a new topic that is les pronoms personnels. It is a bit difficult, but I'll ensure that you all understand it and you do the best. So if I divide les pronoms personnels into various categories, I can divide it into les pronoms sujets, which means the subject pronouns, les pronoms toniques, that is the disjunctive pronouns, COD and COI, and pronoms E and O. These all confuse us a lot when they are together in the sentence. So let's see how we can conquer them. The first is les pronoms sujets. So les pronoms sujets basically mean the subject pronouns, which are the easiest, I suppose. Subject pronouns are je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, elle, and they're used to replace a noun. For example, I have a sentence, lui est un étudiant. Louis is a student. So I will replace Louis with he in English. In French, I'm going to write il for that. So can I write il est un étudiant? So this is the most basic form of the pronouns. Don't zoom, please. Cannot. Okay, let's move on to the next, that is les pronoms toniques. They are the disjunctive pronouns and used as subject pronouns when there are multiple subjects which are separated by commas, a or u. So a is and, u is or. But pronotonic will not be asked to that extent, so you don't have to study it much. Its rules are different from other pronouns. Let's look at the conditions of using les pronoms toniques. First condition, it is used after the prepositions like a, de, par, chez, avec, etc. Second, it is used after say. So say means it is or this is, okay? And these are the notes that I've made for you. Do download them from the description box. And used in comparison after que. So whenever we are comparing two things, we use les pronoms toniques. Let's understand how do we form les pronoms toniques. So for je, it is moi. For tu, it is toi. For il, it is lui. For il, it is lui. For elle, it is elle only. For nous, it is nous. For vous, it is vous. For il plural. So this is for il plural. And elle plural, elle only. This is the formation. The meaning is me, you, him, her, us, you, and yeah, this is us only. This is him and her. This I told you, na us. Yeah, fine. So let's start with the examples. So let us start with the first example, which says je vais chez ma grand-mère, which means I'm going at the place of my grandmother. So chez is used, which is a preposition that indicates we have to use le pronom tonique. So I'm going to write je vais chez. Ma grand-mère is feminine and singular, so I'll be picking up a word from here. Feminine, that is elle, and singular, that is elle, chez elle. So I am going at her place. Second, tu penses beaucoup à ton frère? Do you think a lot about your brother? So a, which is a preposition, indicates that we have to use le pronom tonique. So I'm clearly going to write tu penses beaucoup à lui. Okay, this is the answer. Because frère is il, and for il we use lui. Next, qui est là? Who is there? So we answer in French, I am here. That is, this is me. So I'm going to say, c'est moi or nous. Okay. Why did we use moi? Because who is there? If somebody asks, will you say it is me or it is somebody else? You'll obviously take your own name, right? So say moi. Or if you are with a group of people, then you'll be saying nous. As simple as that. Fourth, tu as plus de travail que Harshita. So you have more work than Harshita. So que is indicator of pronom tonique. So we are going to say tu as plus de travail qu'elle than Harshita. Harshita is L, which is L only in pronom tonique. Next is complément d'objet direct et indirect, that is COD and COI. They are the most important ones. Very, very, very important. This has to be strong if you want to attempt the question properly. So COD and COI are the types. COD is used to replace the object directly after the verb without a preposition. First of all, we should understand what is the structure of a sentence. So the sentence starts with a subject, that is je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, il, a pronoun or a noun, followed by a verb. Okay, for example, parle. After the verb, whatever is there, that becomes your object or predicate. Let's say l'anglais. I speak English. So over here, je is my subject, parle is the verb, l'anglais is the object. So what happens in French, we try to replace the object with something. Like when we replace the subject, we use the subject pronouns. Je, tu, il, elle. But what if I want to replace the object? What should I be using in that? In that situation, I use COD and COI. So is the feel coming to you? Why are we studying COD, COI? To replace the object. In English, how will you say I speak in English, or I am speaking in it, or I speak it? Okay, I speak English, I speak it. In French, how do we do? Let's understand. Now, first thing, COD are your normal sentences, normal sentences. But in COI, after the verb, you have got a preposition, preposition. Okay. So COD replaces the objects in the sentences where the verb is followed by a preposition, star mark. Now I've got examples. Can you see the notes? They're so beautifully made for you all. So please read them properly. I have a sentence. J'ai écouté la radio. I am listening to the radio. Here, je is the subject. Et écouter is the passé composé, which is the verb. And la radio, radio is our object. Now in COD, I have to replace this la radio. How am I going to do? I am going to say, je l'ai écouté. And in COI, it is written tu parles à ton ami. So I is there, which means we'll use COD, which is a preposition. So whatever is after that will be in the form of Louis. So let me tell you first. First of all, let me tell you the words of COD, COI. What happens in COD if we are replacing sure related things, and we use ma, tu is the, il is la in COD, Louis in COI. Okay. Elle is la in COD, Louis in COI, nous is nous, vous is vous, il is les in COD, leur in COI, elle is also the same, les and leur. So in the same way we did that, right? If you just have a look at it. Here A was there, and after A we had Tonami. Tonami is il, right? Il, he. So I'll be writing Louis, which is the COI for it. Here La Radio was L. So I had put La plus A. So La plus A becomes Le. It's like that. Okay. Now let's talk about COD and COI in imperative. How do we use that in imperative? We say fini la. Fini le or fini la. Manger les. Lève-toi, parle-moi. So in this, me, te becomes moi, toi. That is the only thing you need to remember, and put the COD and COI after the verb, as you know. Okay. Negation. How do we do that in negative sentences? In normal. Okay, so here we can see ne le finis pas. So don't finish it. So it's the COD, which is le in front of us, is before the verb, as you can clearly see. The last topic is pronoms and on. And one more thing, the accord of COD and COI with different tenses will be provided to you in the description box. Please have a look at that. I'm not teaching it because it's very, very easy. And while practicing, you'll automatically understand. Pronoun e and on. So pronoun e is used to replace a place where you're going, let's say market, beach, or any, let's say park or other stuff. Whereas on is used to replace a quantity like a kilo apples or whatsoever related to that. I am taking an example for pronoun e. For example, I have a sentence, je vais à Paris. So Paris is after a preposition which is indicating a place. So we'll be using pronoun e. It will be placed before the verb. That will give us j'y vais. For example, I have il achète 2 kilos légumes. he is purchasing 2 kg vegetables. So it will become il on achète because it's a quantity. 2 kilo vegetables is a quantity. So I have made a worksheet for you guys related to les pronoms personnels, which is also given in the description box. Let's start solving it. Remplacez les noms avec les pronoms possessifs. This was asked in CBSE 2016 French boards. So let's start. First question. As-tu complété les exercices de grammaire? Have you completed the exercises of grammar? So if you want to replace this, which is the COD, I'll be saying, have you completed them? Okay, the exercises of grammar. So just see how I'm going to place. First, les exercices de grammar is COD of il plural, which means it is les. Right? Les. So I'll start with les. As-tu complété? Okay, this is the answer. I have put les before this. B. Padma n'ira pas à Marseille. Padma will not go to Marseille. This is a city. Marseille is a city. City and a place. So for place, we use pronoun e. Can you see the level of questions? They are so simple. We can clearly say Padma ni ira pa. As simple as that. You just have to put e before ira. Okay. C. Montre ta photo s'il te plaît. So ta photo is L, which means we'll be using la. So montre la s'il. Wait a second. So play. Okay. Last. Je passerai le weekend avec ma grand-mère. I will be passing a weekend or spending a weekend with my grandmother. So grandmother is none other than, wait a second. Huh. So avec is there, avec. Avec indicates its pronoun tonic. Okay, I've told you a lot many times. So I'm going to write je passerai le weekend avec elle. The next question is of 2019. After that, I have a question of 2020 and a level up exercise, that is advanced level questions. I am not solving them right now. They will be provided to you in the description box. Please solve them. And in the next video, I'll be giving you the solutions of all these questions. Okay, so you watch and solve all the worksheets and exercises by heart. Okay, in the next one, I'll be discussing each and every doubt of yours also. Okay, please post your doubts in the comments. Bye bye.